Dixon Ascension Podcast, Hate Me and Love Me, there's no in between. These niggas out here actually having knife fights in public broad daylight in Chelsea area. Check this video out.
The fight, you or him. 34-year-old Nishan Graves escorted out of the Midtown South Precinct Station House Friday evening, now charged with murder. Police say he's the man seen in this video, dressed in all black, fighting with a man with no shirt early Friday morning. Graves is accused of fatally stabbing that man in the middle of the street in Chelsea, Manhattan during the height of the morning rush hour.
They were in the middle of the street, and what brought the attention was everybody was shooting with their cell phones.
Security guard Joe Davis works across the street.
I turned, walked in this direction, and that's when I heard everybody react. And when I turned back, he was bleeding out of his chest.
He is the man with no shirt on.
He's the man with no shirt on. He was the one with the white cap on.
We do not know what or who started the dispute.
Look at grandma walking by.
The 36-year-old unidentified man
on.
with no shirt and white cap.
Y'all niggas wearing masks again because of fucking smoke.
At the intersection of 7th Avenue and West 30th Street. The man was transported to Bellevue Hospital, where police say he died less than an hour later.
This kind of activity has almost become the norm. I see it every day. Just look around.
How do you feel about that?
It's disgusting.
Police immediately took Graves into custody. He's apparently homeless. Police list his address as 197 Bowery, the location of a transitional housing facility in Lower Manhattan. Joe's colleague, Gil Rodriguez, says Graves is a familiar face on West 30th Street. Have you ever seen him be aggressive or any kind of trouble before?
No, I have never seen him be aggressive in trouble before. I know that some people on the block have been helping him out because about 3 years ago he was living in a tent on this block.
Witnesses tell us police were able to respond to the man so quickly because they were already around the corner, responding to a separate incident connected to an after-hours club in the area.
Went from one incident to the next.
Because I don't hang out in the city no more, boy.
Yes.
Whether it's daytime or nighttime,
always,
man. It's taller now.
Their party comes out here and it's a different property over here.
Again, for this fatal stabbing.
New York City has become a crime wave. It is what it is, man. But check out the next clip, though. It's crazy. Finding dead remains off the Bronx River Parkway. People know that area. People go to where they know at to discard things and stuff like that. So it has to be someone noticeable. And he might not be on camera, so it is what it is.
In a plastic bin. Police trying to figure out how a woman ended up dead and who dumped her there. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Corey Chambers.
And I'm Shirley Chan. Neighbors tell us the bin was left on a path commonly used as a shortcut. Now, this is near Edson Avenue in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. And now investigators are trying to determine when the bin was dumped.
That woman's body is sent to the medical examiner's office, and that's where we find our Anthony DiLorenzo live tonight with the very latest. Anthony.
Well, Corey and Shirley, good evening. Right now, investigators here at the medical examiner's office are working on trying to identify the woman whose body was found in the Bronx earlier today. Also, detectives trying to determine if this person had been reported missing in the days before. But what is clear to neighbors who spotted this container earlier this week, that she had been dead for at least 5 days. A heart-stopping sight in a dead-end neighborhood just off the Bronx River Parkway. Along a set of subway tracks, a rubber bin with human remains had been dumped on an overgrown path off Edson Avenue.
I seen the bin right there, and I was walking through the park with my girlfriend, and I kicked it, and it felt heavy. I was going to come back and open it, but I didn't open it.
The Bronx crime scene is usually a popular cut-through for residents in the neighborhood to get errands done along nearby Baychester Avenue.
I just use it for a shortcut, truthfully. It's an easy way to get to the store and the laundromat. So, and most people, they'll get through there to go to their trains, and it's really like a secluded area.
And that's how a young woman made the disturbing discovery this afternoon, spotting a swarm of flies surrounding the mysterious object. Curious, she opened it up and found the body of a decomposing woman, according to police.
I wasn't going to open it, but I said, hell with it. I just leave it as it is. So now, I knew it was a body in there.
Residents were startled by the discovery and say the woman who called 911 was visibly upset by what she found.
Everybody was there. I was frightened. I was shocked.
All afternoon, detectives and investigators with the Bronx Homicide Squad documented the remains and assisted the medical examiner who removed the body for further study to try and determine her identification and how she died. Neighbors recall seeing the bin there since late last.
It's amazing. People seen a bin there from last week. Parks Department, Brownsville Parkway, most likely is a green street. Somebody gonna have to pay for that because Parky should have been doing their job. They could have felt it the same day if they was doing their job. So now they're gonna blame it on the Parks Department. But it is what it is, man. New York City became everybody's toilet, but there's someone that knows this area, and he dumped it there for a reason because he been frequent that area. So it is what it is, man. Predictions podcast. Hate me, love me. There's no between. Fucking place became a shithole. Try to enjoy your summer. We doing what we do. Heading into Juneteenth. Pan African flags out. It is what it is. Shout out to Puerto Ricans and shit like that. The Boricua Parade is small. It is what it is, man. Enjoy your day.